Hello, good morning, my friends. Welcome to today's episode of Daily Option Trading Ideas with TechieInvestor. And today's date is December 1st, 2020. You're with Srini, co-founder of TechieInvestor, and I'll be your host today, walking you through the charts. Okay. Before we get into the charts, let's take care of the disclaimer. All the information presented in this video is only for educational purposes. The viewers of this video can consider this information in making their investment decisions. However, any viewer will be solely responsible for making his decisions of buy, hold, or sell, and he can use these decisions. Okay. So, having taken care of the disclaimer, let's now look at the chart. Before we go into the details of the updates of our previous option trading ideas and today's option trading idea, I just wanted to quickly see where the SPY is at, right? I mean the markets, how much of an upward move is still available. Um, Definitely, as I've been mentioning for the past couple of days, SPY is in a very tight range, and it is right now touched the other trend line that we have drawn at around 368. So basically, today it went to a high of 367.44. So definitely, that's kind of like indicating to us it is very tight, right? If you look at the stochastic, it's at 9160, but the RSI is still at an acceptable range, which is at 65.29. So we might see the individual stocks moving, but you want to be cautious about having too many longs in your portfolio. Okay, I just wanted to bring that up. Similarly, with the NASDAQ broke above the trend line that was drawn, and it's at the 304 level. So that is a big level, guys. Basically, will it make it move further is what we have to see to where, let's see, to 311, or will it break through that? So definitely, and if you see the stochastic is at 96, but the RSI is really at an overbought position 80, 81. So you want to be really cautious on this one, okay? So now let's look at some of the updates I have for you from the previous option trading ideas. As I had mentioned, we only mentioned the ideas that we trade. So we also have the updates for you on this one. The first one is FB. Facebook was recommended yesterday, and we see this making a new high. Like we saw this when it was like 2 days above the cloud here, and we got it around 274, 275 area, and it went down the next day and at 271.01, but we held on to it, and the next day we saw a big move, right? This is the move that we are seeing it today. So we were able to double our option calls. So what we did was, if you see here, the Feb 21 zone is still about how many days? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 days. So what we did today was, when we saw this big move, we rolled our 275 calls to 285 calls, and we took a $4 credit out of our turn. So we just have $1 which we spent on our initial $5 call. So it's okay. Basically, we already are in the money, and we have already made that profit too. But what I'm expecting is the first stop is $293.66, and then we want to see if it has further legs. Okay. So definitely 293.66 is the level that we are looking for FB. Okay. And okay, having said about FB, the next one is the curve, the CRVO, CRVO. The CRVO really took off today. Yesterday and today were really good moves, and we took off our calls at around 159, and it has given us almost close to double. Okay. So this has been a very good move, and we closed our positions. We are no longer in CRVO. Okay. The next one which I wanted to talk to you about is CYH. CYH is kind of like forming a wedge, and though it went 2 days above the conversion, we don't like the price action that has been showing for the last 2 days. It went below the wedge, and it is consolidating here. So we exited out of our position. We had our options for this week at 9 calls for 35 cents. We exited out of that position for 10 cents. So that's okay. We cannot have everything winners, but definitely as the market, as the charts were telling us, it's not a good trade to be in. So we exited out of this position. The next one which I wanted to talk to you about is TXN. TXN has been really good. It's already doubled. Basically, doubled. Our calls have already doubled on this one. We were on 157.5 calls. But what I'm expecting is we are not yet exited out of the calls. We are looking for a move to 165. That is where we have the conditional order placed. If it gets placed, we might end up having 150% on these calls. Okay. So those are some of the updates I have for you. Oh, the last one that I have for is charter. The charter, when we recommended it like around 642, look at that 663 move. This calls have also doubled for us. Okay, definitely this is a very good indication that all the if you have a right process, then we can definitely, there's a lot of opportunities to make money. Okay, so that is what I wanted to share with you. Now, coming to this week's calls, what are the calls that we are looking for in this week? Okay, the first one I wanted to talk is Apple. So Apple today closed above. Apple closed above the cloud for the first time in a long time, right? So if you see here, it went below the cloud and it's above the cloud. And if you see the previous ones, if I draw the Fibonacci extensions or the retracement, it is looking at, it went from this and this low. So what we are looking, it went from a low of 123.83. This was on August 27th, and it went to a high of 137.98 on September 2nd. So that made a 90-degree move and it went down, right? So according to Gantt square of 9, it is from 123.83, it's 139, 135. So it went down. Now it is trying to go to the 87.5% retracement, which is like around 136. So we are looking for the first target of Apple at 136. And if then it might retrace a bit and then it might make a move to 145. So as expected, Apple can make a move to 150, but we will take it in a phased approach. The first target is 136. So we entered today's Apple December monthly calls 125 for around 260, 260, 270 area. So we are hoping that we will reach this target pretty soon, close to the 21 zone, time zone, so maybe in the next 5 days. Okay. The next one I wanted to talk to you about is FSLR. This is a classic move. If you look at the Fibonacci retracement on Fibonacci extensions that we drew from 10.2620, which formed this low at 80.67, and it went to an all-time high of 97.93, right? So the good thing about FSLR is it has not yet touched 100. So it is definitely looking to go there. And the targets that we are looking at is 107, 99 and above. But well, what happened, if you look at it, it touched this line and we were waiting for it to go to this line, which is 90.79. And it had touched that area today. So now it has a very good move to the next level, which it can be 107, or even if you shake here, it can go to 120 level, okay? So let's see how these things pan up. So definitely planning to be in this calls. Have not yet entered, but in the afternoon, I'm planning to get into these calls. The next one which I want to talk about is Expedia. Expedia is again a very good move. It had gone from a low of 92.56 on November 2nd, and it had gone to a high of 130.57 on November 9th. So then it has retraced back a 90-degree move from the high of 130 to 115. Now it is looking to go another 45-degree move. So that is, we are looking at this one to go to 112.5, which is like around 136. So we can look, and again we can look at 136 to 138 area. That is what we are looking for. We entered today on the December which one, 130 calls. I don't remember the price at which I entered, but December 130 calls, and we gave it enough time. But I expect this move to happen in the next 2 to 3 days to 138. Okay, so those are the three picks I have for you today, folks. Definitely hope you have a great profitable trading day, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's video.